So a temple commander is like a foreman. It's very tough. Not many people last in that service, the temple commander. It's so heavy. From there, if you really do a good job, you'll be a temple president soon. Because they say, oh, this guy knows how to deal with people in a very spiritual, wonderful way. Like the foreman at work. It's the same thing in India. You know, in India we have now 8 employees who work with the cleaning of Vrindavan. And we know, when we hire them, that as soon as you do not look, they don't work. They're put in motion when you look. You go, as soon as you look somewhere else, they go. And they can remain like that for 2 hours. Come back. The only way you get people not to be like this if you pay them by the work, by the job done. So it's like that's how it works with people who you pay. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not much. Not much, you know. So spontaneous devotional service means a commander and a president has to find a place and a situation where somebody wants to serve minimum 8 hours seriously a day. Otherwise, what kind of devotional service it is? And the real devotees, like I often give this example, and it's not a joke, if you're an independent businessman, you want to be on your own, you start your own company or anything of that type. Congratulations, my friend. You just joined the 16 hours work program a day. You left the 8-hour employee program. You just joined the 16-hour a day work of your butt in order to make your little enterprise become something. So therefore, we are actually following Haridas Thakur. Because Haridas Thakur, he would chant 3 lakhs. It's a measurement. It means like almost 22 hours of chanting. Something like that. 22 hours of service. And the real surrender devotee, he doesn't want to be anything else. I don't want to relax. I don't want any vacation from this. I don't. I want to either chant or read or serve or clean or cook or distribute. I want devotional service non-stop. Because I know that's the best for me, and I know then only this way I'll be with Krishna non-stop. It's like doing what you want to do. The greatest blessing in my life, or the greatest blessing in your life, is if you are allowed to do what you want to do. That is called pure, spontaneous devotional service. When you're allowed. When you do something which you want to do, it may not be pleasant, but you do it because you want to do it. And I want to do this. I want to have a beautiful temple here for my Lordship. I want to provide all these type of specific shelters, printing books. I want to do this. I don't want to complain. I really don't want to complain. And as an organizer, I have to always check behind the service. Like, for example, are the books being printed? Are they being distributed? Are we making new CDs? Are they distributed? Or do the devotees cooperate? It's like the part of the boga buying and cooking that usually works, because if that doesn't work, nothing works. But many other departments, they may get lack of attention because nobody felt that great need so much. But as we saw, we wanted to serve and we wanted to beg people to read. So what are we going to beg them? What book they're supposed to read if there's no books? The Bhakti Grantha, you know, that's a problem. It's a problem which goes back thousands of years. And those days they wanted to have a book, they had to copy it by hand on palm leaves. And what did they say? Ah, it's too much, forget about it. No, they didn't say that. They copied those books on palm leaves. I still have some of these palm leaf scripts. I've sent some to the temples. A palm leaf script, imagine. There, an entire book is etched in it. And it lasts for 500 years. If it's well treated. Can you imagine? It is so huge, the service we have to do. To provide guidance and help to others. I would call Krishna consciousness a huge occupational therapy. Because it's really a therapy, the therapy of removing the egotism. And it's occupational, because without occupation, how are we going to manage anything? So, to occupy ourselves creatively. I mean, I think Krishna consciousness is the greatest thing in the world, because everybody can participate creatively. Of course, one thing of Krishna consciousness is a fact. Everybody has to become some kind of a Brahmin. To really be successful, you have to be a little bit self-employed. It's one thing, okay, people tell you do this, do that, no? And nobody told me make an altar. And what way to make an altar. Nobody told me to, you know, the Guru gives service practically on principle. And you have to fill the space. Once a person said, maybe Prabhupada said, I don't know, Prabhupada, he made a rough construction, he put some beams, he said, now fill it up, make it nice. You know, the construction just beams, it doesn't even look nice. No? But it's very useful if you want to make a big building, then you can need that frame, no? To give stability. But in this way, you're going out in the world to find out what to do. It's very exciting. In one way or other, we are all very pioneers. Pioneers on the path back to home, back to God. Pioneers. What time we have to leave here? Exactly?
7.
7 sharp we have to get out?
I think the airplane is at 9.
Swami, ich habe das Ticket nicht. Kannst du es ausdrucken?
Von heute?
It's printed, I think. Gopal Tapanish.
Okay. So much freedom is there, right? And if you want more freedom, yeah, well, you get the freedom. What freedom you want? You want to start the Vrinda family in China? You want to have that freedom? Then Krishna will give it to you. And no problem. Some people went to China, and today there's many devotees in China. Sometimes they come by a busload to Vrindavan, and everybody in Vrindavan is blown away. All these Chinese ladies buying saris and things, and all happy. Prabhupada's mercy is going everywhere. The devotees devotees are a happy bunch, but it's you know, it's by invitation only. Two things are required. You got to get the invitation. You got to accept the invitation. Krishna consciousness. We want to invite the whole world, but they have to accept it also, no? So. I pray to my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, that he may bless you all with spontaneous, devotional, creative, loving service. I really pray. It's my only hope for you, that you will be happy, and it doesn't matter what happens to you in life, you will always feel the inspiration. You will always be creative and do something. If nobody tells you, if there's no temple president and no commander, be your own commander and be your own temple president, okay? Kick yourself in your lazy butt, say, come on, go and do something for Krishna. Don't lose the chance of this human form of life. Don't hang here on a computer, silly gossiping, or just sleeping in bed more than you need. Don't do that. Give yourself demand it on yourself to be engaged in Krishna's service and to do something wonderful. You have gotten enough instruction just these days how to do it. Very, very pleasant. Definitely it's very pleasant, I can confirm that. Because I'm trying to do this and I'm going on. I meet all these wonderful people in my life. That's true. And not only that, by meeting a devotee who has connection with Prabhupada and not so wonderful person, very quickly becomes a wonderful person. No? Sometimes there's some anarthas or something lingering, or they're still not understanding that they shouldn't get drunk at night and give trouble to their family. But then they start chanting Hare Krishna. Mahamanta Hare Krishna frees you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Sinata pisu nichinata rora pisa ishtuna amani nama narina kitali yatsara Hare. So if I'm not going to see you for a while, then let us stay in touch with the reality of Krishna's grace. And you want to see the grace of Krishna, or you want to keep getting the grace of Krishna, then please give the grace of Krishna to others. That is the formula, no? Give the grace of Krishna to others, you also keep getting newer and newer installments of grace. And that also means newer and newer service. And every new service must be a little bit more difficult than the previous service. That is another thing which is maybe not so pleasant to the ego or to the laziness. But in life it's like that. If you want to make advancement, if yesterday you did this job, then tomorrow's job got to be a little bit more difficult to make you more advanced. There's this famous statement in South America that says, you start becoming old when you stop learning new things. So, because of the learning procedures, you have to be ready. What you were yesterday, you were the cook? Great. Now you can organize the big festival by yourself. What? Well, somebody has to be in charge of the big festival. But I cook just for 4 people. Yeah, today it's only going to be 4,000. La. Yes, there are people cooking for 4,000 people. In India, big festival, you should see them. They know how to cook for 4,000 people and manage it, you know. Different people have different guts. They are like, okay, how many people come? Let's do it. We have such a potential which is not explored. We have such a potential, incredible potential, which we are keeping on the back burner. But I tell you from my heart, be strict with yourself. Be tough with yourself. You can be merciful with others, but not with yourself. Be tough, have discipline, have schedule, have things you have to do, you want to do them. Like that, no? And try to always do a little better and a little more. That is the natural way of gaining Krishna's grace. You know, on behalf of Srila Prabhupada, I can dare to say that he's proud of all of you. He loves you, he's proud of you, but still it is his duty and my duty on his behalf to tell you, don't become complacent ever. You know what that word means? Complacent? Who is Englishman here? What means complacent?
To think that everything's okay when it may not be.
Yes. It's a very important word in Vaishnava philosophy. Don't become complacent. Don't think what I'm doing is just good enough. And I don't have to do anything else. Always be aware of what things can be done. Because if you're initiated, even after just receiving first initiation, what to speak of second initiation? You, from that day on, are a representative of your spiritual master. And whatever good thing you do, credit goes to him. And whatever nonsense you do, people will blame him. So, don't think, no, but I'm not a representative. Yes, you are a representative. And if you're not a good representative, you are not going to please Krishna. So this is a very tough thing, you know. Oh, I like this person, he's so nice, he's speaking so nice about Krishna, he's speaking so much about love. I think I want to become his disciple also. Yes, can I get initiation? Wow, so nice. And then after you get initiation, you say, okay, now all this what you saw in him or in her, all these beautiful things, now you're supposed to represent it and incorporate them in your life. What? What? Well, that's what you wanted, didn't you? Don't you study medicine because you want to become a good doctor? Don't you go to the kitchen because you want to cook something delicious for the people who are going to eat? Don't you become a devotee to be able to give devotion to others? I'm not exaggerating. There's no way to get out of it, of this tide. I like say, but I want to be a mediocre devotee. I want to be somebody who can just hang in. Hang in and hang out. No, it's not what mother wants. Mother wants her child to be the best student, right? Every parent comes to me, my son has the best grades in school. He's doing that and he's playing the violin already. Wow. Because everybody who loves somebody wants to see him successful. Isn't it? So what do you think what my feelings are? I want our child to be a spiritual, leader of sanity and great vision for all of Bulgaria. And maybe beyond Bulgaria. I'm not putting any restrictions, confinement. I'm not making it. I'm not saying, hey, you belong to Bulgaria only. No. That's what I want to see. I want Sevananda to be celebrated as a giver of truths in the deepest meaning in the Swedish language. But it's a hard word. You know? Usually nobody gets any recognition. So in this way, I'm very, very serious about that. You know, I want you, I wish you to be successful in every sense. And in your marriages also. If I'm involved with your marriages, and I am, because every father is involved with the marriage of his daughter and his sons, very much involved, because it's a tough thing, you know. I mean, getting married is something similar to starting a temple, no? It's immediately a unit, and there's bhaktas, and there's everything, you know. And especially there's expenditures, and there's a few minds to struggle with, you know. So yeah. So of course, I also want you to be successful in your marriages when that comes up. Be a very good husband, wife, father, mother, all this. And I'm certain that nobody's going to be a good parent if he's not a good devotee at the same time. I don't think that formula doesn't work. Therefore, if you are managing to be a married man or woman, simultaneously be a very important representative of your spiritual master, wow. You got something very good going there for you and for your children. But it's more tough than not just to be on your own, just hang in and do your little thing here and there. Just this is not satisfying to the soul. Who will remind you of these things? I hope your memory. Otherwise you can take the recording and keep hearing it. Did he really talk about me? No, I don't think so. You probably don't even know me. No? Did he talk to Yoga Pete really? Yes, I talk to everybody because I'm talking on behalf of the Lord in the heart. And he loves everybody. What do you need? Can you imagine what Krishna's plan is for Jochen? Big one. The guy's a big guy. Huh? He needs to do something big. Huh? It's really like that. And by the grace of Srila Prabhupada and the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, now we are meeting so many nice people. We are quite fortunate. Have had prominent visitors here, like Bhakti-Vibhuda Bodhai Maharaj, Bhakti-Vichar Vishnu Maharaj, Sadhu Maharaj, Swami Paramadvaiti. So many personalities have already come here and have given us a visit. But they are not going to take your job away. They just give an example of another pioneer of Krishna consciousness going through the world and doing it. Like Bodhai Maharaj, he's a very pioneer. Because when he took over the mission of his guru requested him to take it over, then everything was in shambles, practically. Here and there, a few friends. But he goes and he stands, he does what has to be done. Start something new, get some support, do something. Very nice. Lovely. Lovely. Doing things for Krishna is lovely. Repairing old temples is lovely. Now Bodhai Maharaj, he came and he's repairing Kishori Kunda in Javat. Well, I know this place very well. Shamananda Baba is a friend of mine who's in charge there. And it was it's a beautiful, beautiful shrine, Kishori Kunda. But it was very dilapidated. So Bodhi Maharaj is restoring it right now. Things like that. Rajamandal, no? Rajamandal is a place, a unique place. But what makes me happy, more happy than anything, I want to make an expansion of Rajamandal in Meewegen and in Anafalfa. But it's already, you know, but in other places, like in Vrindavan, where Premavardhana lives next to Vienna. I want to make Vrindavan everywhere. This is what excites me. Of course, Vrindavan, to work in Vrindavan, to clean Vrindavan, to improve Vrindavan is very, very nice. We've been there, no, Sevananda. It feels like being in touch with another dimension altogether. Totally a different dimension. So, but you see that to actually make a Vrindavan in Ecuador, in Colombia, in the mountains, in the jungles, like Ahimsavan. This is one so beautiful jungle temple by Bhagavatamrita Prabhu. Blows your mind, really, Bhakta and Vaishnava, wow. But, so like this, make Vrindavan everywhere. This is the real task. Of course, we can also go to Vrindavan. Some devotees say, Vrindavan is so nice, I want to live in this dimension. And then they want to go there and just be there and chant a little Hare Krishna. It doesn't work like that. We are not meant to just sit there and enjoy Vrindavan. We are meant to work hard under the guidance of Sri Guru. Otherwise, you cannot even touch Vrindavan. You go to Vrindavan without service to Guru, you fall into some ditch. There are many ditches there. Maya has many tricks in there. Prabhupada said, you can only stay 3 days in Vrindavan, like touring. After 3 days, you better get service. Otherwise, your mind is going to go. Because even in Vrindavan, there's people that don't believe in Lord Chaitanya. Believe in Lord Chaitanya, Mahaprabhu discovered Vrindavan, established Vrindavan. He showed everything, but there are people there that believe in Vrindavan but not believe in Lord Chaitanya. Just like many people that believe in Krishna but they don't believe in Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So it's another thing. Well, maybe they should, maybe they shouldn't. This is right now. Like, but it's not. There's many ditches there, and the world of faith is a world of grace. Only by grace you can walk in there. If you're too curious to the point of not being faithful to your spiritual master, then you can easily go. There's many people in Vrindavan, they even have temple with Radha Krishna on the altar, and they don't believe in Radha Krishna. They just have that because everybody else has it. They say, oh, we have a place in Vrindavan, so we got to put Radha Krishna on the altar too. But they think Radha Krishna is a temporary thing, and that the truth is Brahman, the impersonal Brahman. What we're going to say about that? The other day I visited the Mayavadi. Because Krishna is a very tricky fellow, you know, really, really tricky. So I visited this Mayavadi, who's quite famous in India, and because we were talking about cleaning of Vrindavan. And so we talked, he's a nice person. And then I said, you have a very nice, clean ashram here. And he looked at me. And what do you think about our deities? I looked at your deities. Yeah, they're very beautiful also, I told him. And as a matter of fact, his deities, they're just like a photocopy of the Krishna Balaram temple. Everything they copy, everything, even the flowers, the way they put the flower on the head of Krishna. It's like they take a picture and they tell, this is the way I must want to have it. So, So Prabhupada is even getting the impersonalists to worship Krishna. And because he asked me that, what do you think about our deities? No? I could see he was actually starting to care. There was some bhakti coming into him. So, anyhow, the other day I went to one of the biggest Mayavadis, or famous Mayavadis in Gokul, Guru Charanam, and in his room he had a swing with a little Gopal on it, so he could go and swing Gopal. So interesting impersonalist, swinging little baby Gopal in the cradle. Anyhow, Prabhupada's influence amongst the yogis, powerful, a transformer. It's a transformer because the yogis have big egos. Prabhupada used to say, first class rascal, second class rascal, third class rascal. He said the jnanis, or how was that, the karmis are the third class rascals. The jnanis are second class rascals and the yogis are the first class rascals. Because they think, oh, now we have become great yogis, we are so close to the truth. But they have a big ego, they're not surrendered to Krishna. The millionaire is not surrendered to Krishna. I can't look at all my buildings. No? The jnani is not surrendered to Krishna. Look at all my titles. I'm a big shot. And I have to stop here now because I have to do my last check on the packing, that I don't end up going there and having not what I need. And we'll be back in Berlin in a few days for those who are still here or who we can meet again. It's lovely to meet you again. I'm very grateful, really happy. Stay strong. Keep your faith alive. Jai Sisi Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Govinda Sundaram Ki.
Jai Vishnu Paramam Saparivraj Jagacharya Stotra Kashi Shimal Shila Bhakti Lok Paramadvaiti Swami Maharaj Gurudev Ki Jai.